back.
Yeah. So our latest perfume is number 7 Orris root.
Yeah.
And Orris root is a really incredibly, I mean, it's like like the princess of perfume, let's say. If Rose is the queen, Orris root would be the princess. We use a really rare Tuscan Orris root, which, you know, again, it's like this hand process where it has to be so Orris, by the way, is the root of the iris flower. So this kind of flowery purple flower.
So it has a flowery aspect, but also very the woodiness around.
Exactly. So it's not the flower that's used. Again, it's the root. And the root has basically no smell when you dig it up. The flower actually has almost no smell as well. But when you put the root in the cellar, and I don't know, this is one of these wonders of perfume. I don't know how they discovered this, but I think it's great. When you put the root in a cellar and leave it for 3 years, the natural molecules in there form irones. And the irones are what gives Orris root this really powerful. Yeah. And so it's this beautiful, powdery, it has a cocoa aspect to it. It has this like earthy root aspect to it. It has a little bit of a floral aspect to it. It definitely has like this really strong, like powder.
With powdery effect.
Yeah. So
very precious ingredient. It's also a very expensive one, I guess. Then.
Yeah, it's a very expensive ingredient. I was just about to tell you the story about how they harvest it. So they hand pick it. And they take the roots, and the roots look a little bit like ginger, let's say, when it's harvested. And then you have to, before you put it in the cellar, you have to peel it. So I've never been there, but I guess in Tuscany, after the harvest, you can see all these old men in the city, in the town squares, peeling the Orris root and getting it ready for the cellar. It's cellar phase.
And then they just are kept there for 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think there is this sweet spot where you can keep it there for. I mean, you know, obviously the more it ages, the more irones develop. But there is this point where you start losing some of the other volatiles. Yeah.